Well, hello. This is Jimmy, and I'm live and aggravated. Let's turn that up a little bit so we can see what's going on the regular Fox channel. Anyway, so here we are. It's 1:30, so this is for the late lunch crowd, and we got a few things to talk about. This, I like to use the pictures, photographs. Number one, if you've ever had a little chocolate, let me just do this and then come back off. There it is. See? And of course, I don't have the lights very bright. We can turn them up. There we go. Peppermint bark. This is so good, it'll make your mouth water, even though you don't have it in your mouth yet. And for your dining enjoyment, and see, my sugar will shoot up like crazy. When you get to be 28 years old, you got to watch your sugar, you got to watch this, you got to watch that, And they, I'm doing fine. But they say if you don't watch it, things will start falling off. Nasty guys. So there it is. Oh my God. I am like undoing it here. And look, it's got that on one side, that color on one side. It's got the chocolate on the other side. And it's, oh God. Ooh, just a corner. So I can talk. I can do multiple things with this big mouth of mine. I can suck on a piece of chocolate and I can talk. That's the Ghirardelli chocolate. Peppermint bark. It's marvelous. So this is the Opa-locka Airport. And see that right there? That's the tip of an airplane that a friend of mine bought in 2019 because that picture was taken. It's a brand new plane. No one's been in it yet. So it was turned over to Lyle Johnson, who bought the plane. The plane's worth, I think he paid $3.5 million for it. It's worth 2.1 now. He's had it for 3 years. He takes care of it like it's his, favorite thing. He's a captain. He's a captain. He took a year off from work to improve his flying skills. In airports and talking with the air traffic controllers and, that's all. Being able to read, weather, so you don't fly into things that you shouldn't fly into. So that's all good. Let me give you a little view of that. You see right over here? I can't make this get to full screen mode, but so this fella, N771LJ, or Lyle. No, Lyle's initials. Spectrum Laboratories. It's the name of the company that he owns, operates for over 40 years in Broward County on 1450 McNabb Road. I financed this building 20 years ago. He was driving then. Now he's zipping around in this, looks like a 7-passenger Saberliner, which is a plane I had a long time ago. So I had another couple of seats, cost $500,000. You know, if you want a 9-passenger, they just make it a little longer and charge you more. You get tucked in pretty good, you know. You can't stand up all the way, so to speak. You're kind of like crouched. And then you get in your very comfortable seat. They one on each side of a, little alley runway. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And there's a seat in the back. I don't like flying backwards. I like flying forwards. So I like my chair facing the front. Even though you're going 550 miles an hour, through thin air, literally. Amazing. So this microphone is amazing. This microphone can hear me talk even before I talk, which is a magical thing. It's got a Sennheiser radio. See, no wires on this microphone because it's screwed into the Sennheiser thing, and then it's being picked up by this nifty little device. It has an antenna on it, a little floppy antenna, which picks up the signal from this microphone. And the little red light means that it's on, and the little green light means that it's getting signal from somebody else. Authorities and for the families of these victims. I mean, honestly, I think they're going to have to go through every single one of those tips. So that's the story. It's got a little, runs on 2 AA batteries. I'm not too sure how long. I would say 6 hours, 10 hours. It's transmitting a very short distance, so it's got a super signal, and it can really. So I can watch I have a little. You can watch the screen real carefully. You can, because the way the thing is, you can see it going up. It won't get to red because it'll clip it before, so it won't get it. But it will get. It can overmodulate, which I'm doing right now. Yeah. So you just talk normally, get close. I got the microphone on a little stand right here. I can pop it off there very easily and hold it. Let's try that. Oops, sorry for the noise. There we go. We'll put that over there. And I have this in my hand. It's not a problem to hold. As a matter of fact, it's very comfortable. This microphone is a KSM. Kiss Susie. Mother. KSM 8. There is a KSM 9. The difference being it's a dynamic microphone. It's a... no, it's not dynamic. This one is dynamic, KSM 8. The other one works not as a dynamic microphone. So, and on here is a Sennheiser. SENN. Heiser. See, that's on. these autofocusing cameras are a pain in the buttsky, but sometimes they're
Let's say the stepfather is involved and the mother knows that.
WG4.
To save herself and so that she
So I'm sorry. If you move your hand around on a microphone, it makes a lot of noise. I'm sorry about that. I'll stop moving my hand. I'll just hold it. And if I change my position, I'll turn the volume on the microphone down, drastically so you don't hear anything. And I have, I'm swapping out a couple of lenses so I can change up. I got a Canon R5, which in my opinion is pretty much the best Canon has to offer in a 35 millimeter format. I'm going to put this on a stand, so just hold on 1 minute. Cute, huh? All right, I'm on the green. There we go. I got it on the stand, and I just aim it right at my face. So I feel good. I was in the hospital for 4 days last week because I had acute bronchitis. I had this bacterial infection in my lungs. I don't know what that was all about. But you take antibiotics for 3 days, and then they gave me 3 days worth of erythromycin. I've got to say that fast, or else I can't say it. Erythromycin. And the 3 day 1, day 2, day 3, and bam, those bacteria are gone. My lungs are feeling terrific. I take one little tiny steroid pill in the day, and I'm getting a suggestion about sugar-free foods on my watch. Thank you. Ugh. Yeah, my theory is I'd rather have the sugar and not have all the chemicals with all the stuff that's supposedly better for you. So that's my problem. So things will start falling off because I'm not doing things according to doctor's orders. APMEN. I had a little extra cash, so I bought a gold coin, a buffalo. Gold is up $20 an ounce today. So when you buy it for $180, $1,800 an ounce, and it's a nice little coin, a gold coin. I'll show you what. Not that one. It's a gold bullion. See, sale. You can see sale right there. There it is. Live and in color. 1997. Keeps going up. We're in a pill. If it doesn't go up now, it ain't going up. So if you have an extra couple of thousand, every once in a while, you buy one of those and put it in a safe place, whatever that is. And it's not big. It's smaller than this. It's smaller in diameter than this. A little tiny bit, might be the same thickness, but it's the periodic table is right next to lead. So lead is soft, as is gold. You can scratch it if you just take any shark object, you can scratch it if you wanted to do that. These are silver coins that I'm holding in my hand, and I have a couple of. I got four. I got a bunch in my little vault ski. I figured a gold coin is so compact. If you got an extra couple of thousand, you buy a gold coin. You just put it away. Forget about it. Now these guys will buy it, whatever the. See, if you had a gold coin, they would buy it at $1,997. They buy it at the spot gold price, which is whatever the spot. Here it is. So 1827, and it might give you an extra nickel because it's a coin. 1827.20. That's the charts on gold. As you can see, it's like it jolted up. Ping. 1818, and then bingo, all of a sudden it's 1836. And I'm moving this little, you can slide this ball around. And right now it's 1832 an ounce. You can see over a month, it's, went out, and now it's going to go back up again. And
Apple is facing a class action lawsuit over the blood oxygen app on the Apple Watch. The suit claims the device has a racial bias against individuals with darker skin tones. The company says the app can measure your blood oxygen level directly from your wrist.
it can. It can. So you got some people, you got some black guys saying, hey, it don't work on my wrist. So right there, my blood oxygen is 91%. All right. So I just, there's my, oops, you can see. There's my watch faces on my wrist. I just slide that over, couple, and that's little doodad there. That symbol says okay. Now hold your wrist still. 12 seconds, 11, 10. It counts down for you. 9, 8, 7, 6. That circle starts to enlarge. 3, 2, 1. Bingo! It couldn't take my result. I moved. You got to be still. All right, let's try it again. Live and in color, so 15 seconds. Yeah, you got to check these things every once in a while. You don't want it to go below 90. I'm generally, above, in the 90s somewhere. There you go. Look at that, 95. 95 is a good number. That's a good number. Let's take it again just for posterity. So 95 is a nice number. I'm not sitting here using oxygen, but I probably will after this little show I'm doing here. There it is. That's 95 again. I'll take a picture of it, and then I can hit done. I'm done with you, and I go back to my nice little watch face that has all kinds of things on it, and I can collapse this. Go to pictures, and you'll see right there, bingo, 95%. And it measures your blood oxygen level the same way when you're in a hospital and they clip this thing on your finger so they can get the blood oxygen level. It's a little doodad that reads either through your thumbnail, your nail, or through your skin. Either way. So if the guy puts it on upside down, it doesn't matter. The light emitting diode emits a red colored light into your skin, and then your blood cells are flying by, and over a 15-second period of time, it figures out how to convert that algorithm into your blood oxygen level. I know it works. if I start ingesting pure oxygen or from an oxygen concentrator, my blood oxygen will go up to 100%. I think I've had 100% readings. Recent history. There's a 95. There's another 95. Oh, you see? There's something right there. There's 100. What was that? That was Friday at 4:16 p.m. That's it. It's amazing. You can't lie to these things. They say, you were at 95. 90, see, here's 94, 94, but I'm 95 now. I've had no oxygen treatment. I keep threatening it. So this coin right here, random years, apparently has come out. And is in a pure gold bullion gold format. The regular gold coins have a mixture of several other metals, so that the actual gold content is like 91.7% instead of 0.99999. Well, how about 100% gold? Or as close to 100% as you can get. This devil right here. You got King Kemosabe on one side, and you got a bull on the other. In God we trust. And then here it says 0.999 fine gold. That means it's 100% less 1/10,000th of a percent. And you got E pluribus unum over here, in that corner of the coin. United States of America, says it's a $50 gold coin. Although the value of the gold is higher than the stated price. So if it goes into a bank, they're going to give you, give me change. They're going to give you, 5 tens. That's all you're going to get. You're not going to get the price of the gold. You're going to get the price that's on the coin. But since the value of gold has increased way past $50, you sell it to gold dealers or jewelers for about $2,000 an ounce, $2,000 per item, because this is exactly 1 ounce, 1.0000 from these are created at the U.S. Mint in Philadelphia, I think. There's no P on here, other than E pluribus unum. Oh boy. So now this Liberty coin apparently has also been minted in a bullion format, meaning that it's 0.99999%, 4 nines, pure gold. So here's our, whoops, I got to touch that one more time. There you go. So there's a nice picture so there's the 4 of us. We can
take time for you.
Gosh, I gotta go through all this stuff. Bingo, there it is. So you can see all 4 of us right there. Daniel is doing a little selfie thing there. Marilyn's in there. I'm in there. And since Daniel has the longest arms, we let him do the selfie. And we had these marvelous spring beans. Brennan had some formula on that. They're served room temperature. I'd rather have them, hotter, but the recipe calls for service at room temperature. And then Daniel cooked up these ragu Kobe steak, and boy, was that yummy! So the foot of the steak costs $125 per steak, and he bought 3 of them. So that's $375. Ouch! But of steaks. So the foot he's fried separately, and then he puts the little pieces on rice to make them, it's almost like a, something you get in an Asian Chinese restaurant. We get the sushi with a piece of fish on there. We have it with a piece with some Kobe beef. Wagyu from the Wild Fork, I think it is. Let's see where. And we had this marvelous potato salad, which Marilyn made, 100%. This is edamame over here. We had that too. We had edamame. We had homemade. I saw her peeling the potatoes. I was in charge of rice. So see that little seems like a minor contribution to the effort. I stood around and watched, and helped everybody. I probably wish I'd go away, but I was in charge of rice. You see right there, there's some rice. Jimmy was, I was in charge of the rice department. I did a real good job on that rice, by the way. So we have a jet airplane I'm trying to get financed. It has financing. It needs to be. The financing needs to be like, permanent financing. Not he has financing on there that he put on when he bought the airplane, but it wasn't intended to be a permanent thing. So 3 years later, which is now, it needs to be refinanced. And since so when you get up to 20 coins, you can put them in his cylinders. See them in there. There's the edges, and there's 20. If you buy a full set, this is like sealed up. Whoever is going to buy it is going to open it up anyway. It's 20, so it costs you $40,000 for a tube of those, for a whole tube. Or you just buy a coin here and a coin there, and you put it in the thingy. I have the thingy, and after 5, 10, 15 years from now, all of a sudden, holy mackerel, look at that, I got 20 of these things. I can put them in this little plastic tube. And then you got $40,000 worth of gold. And there's not many people that have $40,000 worth of gold. So why don't you be one of them? Here's when we were shopping for food. And I was trying to get my order complete so that I could get delivery on it. See, there's a shopping list. Christmas. Marilyn is like very helpful. I don't want to say anything else because I'm on, all kinds of people, let's see, so, make remarks. So we don't want remarks. Anyway, so this is a shopping list. Marilyn made it up. You see, I have check marks. And so I got 2 bags. They go in the freezer. I got 3 cucumbers. Brown said, I need 4. So in the middle of the night, I had to send someone said, put in a 4th cucumber in there, and it got done. Russet potatoes. She produced 12 of them, but used 10. So we have two potato, sitting on my in my work area in the kitchen. We don't need 2 extra russet potatoes, so I'm going to ask Marilyn what we're supposed to do with them. We've got 2 bunches of carrots. We gave the spare carrots, I think, to our boys when they left. 2 cans of corn, off the cob, but in a can, and Black Forest ham. We needed 2 pounds of that sliced. So we didn't get that on with this delivery because we went to the fresh market and they cut off or Whole Foods, I forget which. I guess that is. So we got the ham that way, thick sliced. They're thick. They're cut about the same thickness as one of these coins, about 3/8 of an inch, or 2/8 of an inch. Yeah, like 3/16. Yeah, something like that. Not big. And we got rice, vinegar, sesame seeds. I got chopsticks. I got soy sauce. What does that say? Mochi ice cream. We got that. Japanese ice cream. And Japanese mayonnaise. Some of those were a little harder to get. So you really had to scour the shelves. But we found everything that we needed. And so that's the Christmas. Now we got to start all over for New Year's because it's only so many days away, 4 days away, and you got New Year's Eve stuff. And of course, we do ham for that, so I got to go get one of those big hams or have Marilyn do it. So I'll probably take the car and go over to the ham store during the day. When it's not so crowded. I'll just pick Marilyn up at work. Pick her up and drop her off. There's some shoots coming up on my plants. I've got very healthy plants, and I water them twice a week. Pretty much. It's time for me to water them. But the collection of plants is really quite nice. They get sun for about like 30% of the day. They get sun, and then it's shade. But they get a lot of indirect, because light bounces around, and you'd be surprised how much sun you can get indirectly. And these plants, they have figured out how to survive. The pressures. Hey, look at that guy. We need to turn down the brightness a little more so you can appreciate that picture. Yeah, there you go. You can see his eyes. They're yellow. And the pink nose. They're really big nose. Look at those whiskers. This guy is ready for the forest. Yes, those whiskers, they stick out. So when he's running with his head out, those whiskers are measuring how wide his body is. So when he's running through the forest, if a branch were to go by a whisker then he knows he's got to like pull in aside, or between the, you know, he can't fit through. So he didn't want to run and get stuck. I mean, this is really this is the mechanics of what's going on with the whiskers and how it controls him running through. You know, the if he was running through a forest, which he's not. He's comfortably sitting on a pillow on the couch, and he doesn't have to catch his food. I feed him every day. There's my steps. So down here you can see 135,000 steps. Jeez, that's a lot of steps. I haven't reset that. I probably will on New Year's Eve. So we'll start a new. This thing measures 7 days and every day. So in a week, I did 10,000 steps, which is terrible because I should, you know, most normal people are doing 10,000 steps a day. I'm doing it in a week. But they add up. Let me tell you, 138,000, 135,000 steps. 1,296 hours worth. A lot of steps. Oops. Oh, yeah, that's it. See, Friday. This is 9/28. So I guess that's the September 28th. That got reset. So that's a quarter. I walked 60 miles. So, you know, people laugh at you. Yeah, well, you didn't mean it. You know, of course, I walked 135,000 steps. How many steps did you do? You know, they don't ask me how many months it was that you did that. And that's, yeah, well, it was 1,296 hours and 51 minutes worth of walking around. Okay? And it's better than driving a couch. Even Uber is, you know, just dying for me to start working for them. I'm all set up. I drove Uber and got commissions and all that for 3 or 4 months. Wrote a couple of articles about it. It's interesting. It can become a little scary. You know, so some people get in the back of the car and go, "Oh crap! I wonder if they're going to cut a hole in my seat, or you know, with the just because they got a knife in the back pocket. You know, it's just I just don't. And I'm driving around in a Tesla, so I'm not really that comfortable riding around. I don't know who in a nice Tesla. And the car's nice. I like it. A bundle, you know, and you get a fill up. It costs. That'll be $3.58, sir. You know, whereas the people with the gasoline, they have to fork over $60 or $50. I fork over, $4.85. That's my electric bill, or filling that sucker up. So in a month, I use. It costs me $35 a month for electricity. That's the round numbers. I can. Let's see. Let's see if I can see if I have an app on this thing. Let's see if the app is on this sucker. I don't know. Let's go all the way to the end and look in here. I know what the logo. There it is, right there. This one. Bingo. EEVEE. How about that? Log in. All right, then. Next. What's your password?
A lot of people we've been speaking to are just
Ooh, let's try that one.
they're getting rental cars now in short supply as well. President Biden just tweeting a short time ago. He said airlines will be
Could that be it? No, I don't think so. Let's get rid of those two things. Nope, that ain't it. Two. Oh, 1, 2. Bingo, that's it. I didn't change the password, which I'd like to see. There you go. Model Y, my phone number, Wilson. I guess it's either Maryland or Jim. Just want to, so let's select that car. And now it's actually going to the car and getting the data from the car. See, it says, please wait, and that's what's happening. See, there you go. See, 10% complete. And it'll, see, 14, 19. All right, and it's going to suck down another piece. There we go. Now we're up to 29%. Anyway, in less than a minute. Let's see, we're probably around, we're 10 seconds, 15 seconds, 20 seconds. It's up to 67. You can't expando on that app. Won't let you do it. All right, let's go. Thank you very much. So it got all the data from the car. Nice. 60%. Your dial, your fuel gauge, it's at 60%. So it's 40% empty, 60% full, depending on how you want to read the gauge. So on the other side, it adds up to 100%. So if you got 60, you probably don't have 40. The car's parked in Glades Road, 2300 Glades Road. That's where Maryland works. Okay, and it's parked currently. That's why it says parked. And if we hit that, it'll actually... I don't know what that's doing. Let's go here. This is the interesting part. Okay, so the last time we plugged in, let's see, it was from, during the evening or the afternoon up to about 7:30. So one... It was plugged in for 18 hours. We got $4.02 electric charge. We put in 137 miles worth of electricity. Here's another one. It's a minor little fill up. It's like finishing up 6%. Put in another 17 miles, and it cost 46 cents. They put in 133 miles, and it cost $3.83. You can see right along here. And up on the top, see, it'll tell you that for December through, up until today, we put in 242,000 watts of electricity. What? For $26.59. We'll probably get, a final fill up for December, tonight, tomorrow night, or whatever. Before New Year's Day, we will put more fuel in the car, so it's fully charged when we get a full December count on electricity charge. And so we can go back. This is the 23rd. We have about two charges per week on average. We don't drive terribly much. The mileage on the car is like 9,900 and something miles for a year and a half. So, we've never been called for any service because we just don't drive much. You know. So there we go. See, so that shows you what month is that? Oh, so in August. No, it was $34. We can look up there and watch them. But September, it was $35 for September. September, October, it was $37.07. And November, $28 for 255 kilowatts. And so far in December, it's $26. And we'll probably get up to like $31 for December. We'll probably put another $4 or $5 in there. So that's the neat thing about that EEEVE app. It shows you all your fuel charges and everything. So that's pretty handy. Now, historical record. There it is. EEVEE. We'll close it out. I don't need to keep that on the screen. So I've packaged up stuff to go back to B&H Photo. Now I just have to figure out how to get to FedEx and deliver those suckers. The FedEx site is a little bit, it's north on Northfield Highway. So it probably costs $7 to go there, or $8 to go there, and $8 to come back. So it's $16 just to deliver the two packages to the FedEx place. And I haven't decided if I'm going to do that. The alternative is I take Marilyn to work tomorrow. I told you this microphone is super sensitive. I feel like I'm a bunny rabbit. You can hear me breathing through my nose. Unbelievable. And my nose is clear. I got no boogers in there. And you can... It's like sawing wood. Amazing. Anyway, so... I'm feeling pretty good. Let's go through photographs, see if there's anything that gives me a clue on... whoops. I want to go here. Yeah, I want to talk about that to the developer. So these are pictures in my garden, right? These are sitting in pots on top of, a wooden thing next to the wood. It's like a baker's rack without a top. It's just got the bottom half. This is my little kitty cat. Kino. Kino. It's a brand of coffee. It's a name of a coffee. See, those things are, those stalks go up about 2 or 3 feet. It's really quite nice. There's the steps we talked about them there. You can see them for the month. Oh, in 28 days, I did 65,000 steps, so, which is 28 miles worth. So in the last 28 days, I did 28 miles worth of walking. So that's, you keep on doing more and more, or keep it up. Jimmy, thank you. This is Maryland's perfume water. This is a polarizing filter I got. There it is right here in this container. It's right in that container. I have a lens showing up probably tomorrow. I can't. This is me faxing Publix and faxing my doctor to get me ready for the next 6 boxes. I'd rather buy 6 at a time because then it won't cost me $90 each. So it costs $40 each if you buy 6 at a time. So what the hell, 2 times 6 is 14. So am I going to live 14 more weeks? I think so. I feel pretty good, actually. So there's my prescription for the first 2 weeks. So this is the Abbott Laboratories dealing with, your blood sugar. All right, here's a new set of those earplug things. And there's sound. They block out noises, so they have. Like the big earmuffs, like these things I've got on right now.
My name is Gina.
So that way you stick those things in, and it has the background noise suppression, and and then of course it's got your signal source. So that's it right there. I got Maryland a pair for Christmas. I put them in my ear. I tried them out just to make sure they were working. I said, "Holy crap, I like this!" So I got another pair and gave her those and kept these because they're so handy. And you just open it up and it pairs with your iPads or iPhones. So here's my oxygen. Here's a regulator. When you open this up, it goes up to about 2,000 psi when it's full. That's apparently the going pressure that you can get. I don't know what a fill-up costs. I haven't done it yet. I got delivery of the first cylinder at the hospital at 12 o'clock at night. Literally, this guy shows up at midnight. Or like 10 minutes after midnight. And what the hell are you doing here? He says, well, here's your cylinder you want. Here's your oxygen you needed so you can go home. I said, well, thank you very much. You're late for dinner. Oh, it's Brennan. Look what he's got on. He is now a sous chef. How cool is that? From Neiman Marcus. He's a survivor. I'll tell you what. He took it the hard way. Yeah. This Mr. President. He's looking for donations. I haven't heard much from this guy. DeSantis. You wonder if he's going to run for president. I think he'd get the nomination if he ran. I don't know. It's either him or Trump. The nice thing about DeSantis is that he does everything that Trump does, but you don't have any of the Trump baggage, the hatred that follows Trump. He's so vociferous. He stirs up the liberals, and they're just like jumping around up in the frying pan. and they jump right out and, with red hot feet. They do not like Trump. So if you go for DeSantis, you know, my theory is you get all the nice conservative principles and seal up the border and all this simpleton stuff, and you don't have any Trump baggage. Now you'll end up with a bunch of, you know, um, DeSantis baggage, as he ruffles all the liberals' feathers when he operates the government for 4 years, assuming he wins it. I think he could. He's a nice young man. He's 40 something, low 40s probably, and he has conservative principles, which makes Jimmy happy. And look at that. It makes the value of your dollar go better. And so we'll see. We got a couple of years now. And we'll see if our current president decides to, if he has the cojones to go for the second term, which, you have, there's so many feel-good moments when you're president. Every time you walk out the door, you got a marching band. That doesn't happen normally. But I mean, that's about it. So you just can't stand not doing it again. How do you say, you know what? I think I've had enough. I don't think these politicians ever have enough. So here's the iPhone 14. This is, maybe some things that become iPhone 15, like a MagSafe plug, which that ain't gonna happen. You're gonna get what do you call it? The USB-C, the C connector, which is this right here, which is in the iPads. You can see that connector. I have it. All the new iPads are USB-C, which is what the all over Europe and so forth. They've been on USB-C for several years, and we're like the last of the Mohegans. I don't know why. We have to. It's against the law to deliver phones into the European Union if they're not USB-C. So Apple says, okay, and they finally acquiesced, and their iPhone 15s will have USB-C. So this is the 3 different aperture situations for the camera. So you have one big one, and you got this other one. Oops. I was just looking here to see. Always on display. I've got that here, see it's always on. And there's the periscope lens. So the light goes through here, it bounces off a prism, goes over to the sensor, which is on this side of the camera. And then you got electromagnetic movement of these lens elements to focus, if it had a 10x zoom. And what else we got here? Butterfly button, slide switch. No, those are suggestions. Those are imaginations. Wow, I went up through a whole bunch of those photos. This is the lens right here that I'm that is on the way here, and I got one somewhere 100 to 500. It's going back. Too big, too heavy. This one is 70 to 200 f2.8. And it, see, that's you rotate this right here, black rubber, and the lens goes in and out as you rotate that collar. There's the lens hood on it. So the only light you want going on this glass is subject light. So with a lens hood like that, it would never get in the way of your taking the picture and gives you good protection for light bouncing off the glass, making the picture of lesser quality, 70 to 200. It's right in there on the port, if you're taking pictures of things. There's Jimmy dicing up ham. I had to look closer to see what the hell I was doing. There's a little pile of the ham corners, and I'm preparing another piece. Marilyn says, "Oh, I need a little bit more." A little bit more? What the hell does that mean? Like another half a piece of ham, or what do you? So I just decided what a little bit means, because I didn't get a qualitative answer. So I figured I'd cut up another half a piece and add it to that, and that would probably be just right. Then it turned out, so you have ham, you have cucumber that's not seasoned with anything. There's some eggs that are chopped up, hard-boiled eggs, and these carrots, which I don't care for the carrots. I picked them all out. So the carrots need to be cooked. They were too hard. They weren't cooked. So you have a cup of boiling water in the microwave, and you cook them up. And then rinse them off, cool them down, and then you put it in a potato salad. If you want carrots in there. And we didn't do that, so the carrots were hard. I don't like crispy things in potato salad. Anyway, so other than that, I thought the potato salad was very unique with those different flavors in there. And I don't think there was really any other flavor enhancer that was used. Here's a beef that Daniel bought. 100% A5 Wagyu, imported from Japan, certified A5 Wagyu, whatever that means. In other words, really good. But this 1.15, so it's a 1 pound ribeye, usually enough for one person. This is no bone. It's boneless. But look at that. Look at the fat content of that meat. It's unbelievable. The marbling. And that's what, that's what we call prime meat. But this is prime, prime plus 3, prime plus 5. It's really prime. That's the only way you see beef like that. And that, when you start cooking that, all that fat turns turns soft, real super soft. That's not grizzle. That is the finest fat money can buy. So that's why a lot of the gentlemen in Japan are a little bigger than normal. Frozen is fresher. Wild Fork. This is a place where you can buy this stuff. Our passionate team of friendly butchers and personal chefs use Wild Fork freezing techniques to cut, package, and blast freeze meat in optimal conditions to lock in quality and tenderness. Each piece of meat is selected for you and your family to ensure the freshest, most delicious product from farm to fork at a low price. And that part, maybe, I don't know, this thing costs $130. He had another piece in there, it was like $150. I said, you kidding me? For one piece? Oh my God. You got 3 pieces. $450. Three or 4 pounds of fillets. Connected to, the ribeyes. Connected together, it would be, what you get when you cook the whole thing. Anyway, so that's Daniel. He's the one that had us experiment with that. There's Marilyn. She's opening up a Christmas present while we're watching football. See, she's cutting it open somehow. And, here's our little doodads there. Zoomed in on them. There's my blood glucose. That's my average blood glucose, which is 110 units, 110 milligrams per deciliter. Okay. That's biology talk. That's how so you just say 110. Everybody knows that it's micrograms per deciliter of glucose in your blood. See, that'd be blood sugar. This does blood oxygen. The question is, can they actually do blood sugar with the watch that doesn't puncture your skin? So let's do a little reading. I have a little sensor on the side of my arm here. So let's it's got to be time for me to get a reading. So let's turn here and let's see where it says. See, it's showing me to scan my back of my arm, and then it comes up with a check mark saying that it happened, and it's 95 milligrams per deciliter. So you can see there's a graph of my blood sugar from 9 a.m. It bolted up, and then it came down through these steps, So I have my 5. I guess I should cut that back to 4. I had my 4, oatmeal raisin cookies. So this is a Monday-Tuesday graph, which is, I'm sure you're interested in. The last reading was 95. My average is 132. Percent of time in the proper range was 72%. I was below and up. It's interesting. Drinking a vodka does not boost the blood sugar. That's the thing. Somehow or other, I burn that off. So it doesn't show up in these. Yeah, so here's a graph of grain is good. So 4% of the time I'm in the red, 6% of the time I'm into the orange up here, and 2% of the time I was at 240. No, I didn't take any insulin my body assimilated that down. Now this is data with 6 out of 7 days. So it's, it's 1 week's worth of information, 6 days worth. Freestyle 3 is somehow or other your sensor delivers information to your phone like automatically live. Like they got a live blood sugar thing going on. So the sensor is totally different than this one. This one you take a spot check every hour or every 10 minutes, as often as you want. But with the freestyle number 3 is the most modern. It gives more accurate readings, and it's like a continuous reading. You don't have to spot check it. So you look at your graph and you see it's going up. So if it's going up, don't eat any more. Don't eat any more portions of potato. French fries makes it go crazy. So you don't want to, eat sweet things or things that convert into, a French fry turns into sugar. As soon as your body has to get in there, oops, you got sugar. And if you have a whole bunch of sugar, your body can't assimilate. Your body can't assimilate it. I guess your liver is what does it. And now the problem with taking too much chemicals is that it puts stress on the liver, to burn up the sugar, to manage that problem. Because your body doesn't create enough insulin to burn off the sugars. And if your sugar level gets too high, that's a problem for your liver. So, and I'd rather not take care of that through my digestive tract. I'd rather have one of those little insulin pens, and you turn it up and you put 3 units and you stick it in your elbow, or stick it in you take a little fold of skin in your stomach. You just stick the needle in and give yourself a little shot of this one. The needle is so microscopic that you can barely feel it. It's super thin. It's the thinnest needle you've ever seen. I forget what the gauge is, but it's so it's not like you feel like you're a pincushion because it's you just fold your skin. In fact, they stuck it right in this part of where you lean on for your elbows. So that whole area there doesn't have a lot of places, for you to feel bad taking that needle and squirting in a little insulin. But it's nothing. It's easy to get to also. Where here you got to pull open your shirt and you got to look around in case you're in a restaurant or something. And if you're going to eat, so rice is not really a problem, but potatoes. See, rice is it's a complex carbohydrate. Your body needs carbohydrates. It just doesn't want the kind that convert into sugar right away and get it in your blood real fast. We're not, plus we're so sedentary with not much going on. So I want to have a chat with my primary care doctor and I want to get the 6-pack. So you buy 6 at once. so then I don't have to bother with him for 12 weeks. That gives me almost 90-day supply of the blood sugar, and I keep managing that and watching that. And if it comes that it rains too much or something or other, then I get help from them. I should be able to manage it with the insulin. It goes up to 350. I'll just take 3 units of insulin and it'll bring it down. You know, so you just have to manage it. So, I got the thing on the arm, and I got a pen full of insulin, and then you just do it. It's not a big deal. You want to keep your blood sugar somewhere between 90 and 180, right around there. 75 to 175, that range, milligrams per deciliter. And if it gets over 200, you give yourself 2 units of insulin. If it goes over 300, you take 300, you put in 3 units of insulin. It's as simple as that. So the part that you have to watch out for is you have to manage it. You've got to have a little thing, that you can prick your finger and put the little strip on, and then the thing tells you, oh, it's 170. You can do that. You prick your fingers, 6 times a day. Oh, God. You feel like a pincushion. The goddamn thing that pricks your finger. I told her, I said, forget this part. Get over here on the side of the second digit. Forget the last digit. I don't want you going there. So they do it right here, where it's a little tougher skin, and then you got to squeeze it a little bit more to get the blood out, so you can get a half a drop out. So that that little thing is super receptive, and the blood shoots right in there, and it measures it, and boom, it's done. And but this little thing is great. It fits on the back of your arms. I didn't get it around here enough. It should be in the back, the fatty part. What little fat I have, but right back there. That's where we're going next. The next one will. But I'm going to switch sides. Come over here and do it over on this side. And then 2 weeks later, I put it over on this side. So you keep switching sides so that the other side will heal up from having this thing stuck on your arm for 2 weeks. So once a month, you'll be in the same arm because every other week you're switching. All right, that's the plan. That's how you do it. Freestyle Libre. That's what the doctor ordered. Freestyle Libre. It is an Abbott Laboratories doodad. And, I'm a biochemist, so I kind of get the joke on how to keep track of this. So whenever I can get to him, I told him, I said, I'll take a video call, or I come into your office and we can chat that way. But a video call is fine. That way you sit in your office, I sit in my place, and you can, fire 1,000 questions. I'll give you 1,000 answers. And then I have a few statements to make, with regard to having myself properly equipped to manage my blood sugar levels. And, get those Freestyle Libre. It's not Roman numeral 3, it's number 3. A 6-pack. And a 6-pack costs, $240. But that's giving you 90 days worth of, these things. So, it cost me, $1,000 a year. 240 times, 4 is, it turns out to be just under $1,000 a year. What are you going to do? Yeah, that's. I don't want to take $1,000 a year out of my fanny. If I can get the insurance to pay, that'd be marvelous. We'll find out. You can always change insurance if we don't like what's going on. I can change it at any time. That stuff for the 7th, that's just for the new people that are just starting out. They just turned 65 or something like that. They're the ones by December 7th. That's the cutoff date for you to get your Medicare Advantage plans, that kind of thing. And if you don't catch it this year, you got to wait till next year. I'm already in a plan, so I can swap out of the plan anytime I want. They just, you go to the new company and you go through all your drugs and your doctor list and make sure they'll take your doctors. And make sure they'll take all your medicines and find out what and the copay is, if there is any. So we've had Humana now for a year. So I get the joke on what Humana pays. I don't, it's Freestyle Libre. I don't know if they're paying anything for that. Look at that. Yeah, they got the silver coin up there. 1878. So you can buy, now they're selling silver coins, silver dollars by the bag. You can buy a pound, 1 pound bag. So that means there are 16 of those suckers. Because they're 1 ounce coins. So it doesn't take a genius to figure out there's 16 of them in there. And I know these coins, they're fully silver. And they're silver too. They're not bullion silver. They got, the .917 version. They're not bullion coins like this one says fine silver, 999. Anytime they say fine silver on the coin, that means it's 0.49s, 0.999. Instead of 100%, it's like 1/10,000th less than 100%. This coin, even though it says it's $1, the coin goes for about almost $40 a piece. So they want a pound of that. Multiply 16 times 40. Yeah? $480 for a 1 pound bag of silver dollars. If it's any more than that, then they're overcharging. That's all right. So I think I'm done. I think I've had enough. I think you've had enough. It's 3:45, 2:45. Had a nice little chat here talking about blood oxygen and the different tools that you can use to measure such things. Not that I'm getting. So next time I'm on the air, there'll be something else. But try to keep you informed, either with the cameras or with my ventilation, my blood sugar. It's unbelievable. I mean, I walked out of there with a tank of oxygen. Jesus Christ. I said, Doc, stop it already. I'm fine. Gee. Just, give me the pills when I need them. Keep me, hospitals are good because they do. They clean you, I don't mean to clean. It's like a car going into for service. When you drive it out of service, it drives so well, it's almost like it's a new car. Well, that's what happened to me. I was in there for 4 days. I left. And I felt like a new person, ready to go have lunch with somebody. I sent Bill Morris a little, what do you call it? Tweedledee, Tweedledum. Oops, those are photos. Oh, the messenger thing. Let's look down the list and see if Bill Morris has answered my. See all these names coming up there. But get the pointer right away. Capital One, family, this and that. Yeah, we're oh, there it is. 3 Christmas trees with Bill Morris. Sounds great. Merry Christmas to you and Marilyn. Cheers. So, what kind of? Oh, I guess you have a little fireworks display. I'm trying to think of what the Happy New Year would be. You know, the little. Oh, see, there's Jimmy in the hospital bed. Marilyn took a shot. Then you got this little sucker side old thing that's stuck in my arm. And they can, right from that little tubicini, they can inject it with stuff and it goes right into my bloodstream. It's called a push. Oh, short language of that. So they either push it in manually or they put it up in the thing up on the hook that drips. You know. There's a cat. But that's the sad thing. This cat expects me to be home. And that's Bill Morris's cat. This is Jimmy's cat, black and white. And he was very upset that I was, Marilyn said it made her cry. I mean, it wasn't so much, I mean, yeah. And obviously, you want your husband home after 42 years of, being in the same place, so to speak. It's kind of hard to give up that habit. Don't want to, actually. Then you just be by yourself. You can always, get involved with someone else. I mean, that's not hard to do. It's just hard to take that step. I wouldn't even think about it. I'll just have a little piece of mint. I think my blood sugar is going a little low. Let's boost it up. We'll see if it does. It's in the low 90s now. I'll get that sucker over 100. In the meantime, you all have Christmas is over, so now you have to get ready to have a Happy New Year. And yeah, they're cheering for me to get the hell off the air. So I hear my jingle coming up, and it's trying to tell me that time is up. I've been talking for 1 hour, 29 minutes, and 23 seconds. So let's keep it under 1.5 hours. You all have a great day.